What's up, everybody? This is Gremlin Skateware, and today we're going to be looking at Grand Theft Auto 4 with mods. And this is going to be a new series to kick off the channel. Talk about anything from skateboarding to clothing to games, local news, anything like that. But right now, this series will be about GTA, mainly the decline in GTA and the advantages of hyper-realism in games. So I feel like we should just jump right in. Let's do it. Reason why it's so dear to me, and I love GTA. Everybody loves GTA. And I don't want to see games be put at a lower level than they could be. So I also just feel like showing you guys that GTA 6 has been here for a minute. It really has. And it's simply within the mods. But the main focus showing this one today is just what the game is capable of and why people seem to gravitate. Sorry, game's a little loud over here. Why people seem to gravitate less to how would you say, hyper-realism in games. So that's going to be the main focus of this video for today. Just get this stuff running up. The basic mods that have been added, I guess kind of basic, taking the how would you say, basic needs mod. They have something similar for Grand Theft Auto 5 and Red Dead 2. It has it in the base game with eating and sleeping and all that. This takes it a step further. So we have, you can see there, he's throwing his hands up. He's angry. Basically, if Nico doesn't sleep, doesn't eat, doesn't have fun, and kind of, how would you say, go about daily activities, like if he doesn't have ambition, then those sorts of things determine his mood, and they also determine how everyone in the world reacts to you. Creating a much more diverse world. We have many ENB shaders on here to give the game sort of a more vibrant, clear look. I had to turn down resolution simply because not necessarily the computer couldn't handle it. My HDMI cord is acting up, so it only works on this lower resolution. I could turn it up, but then the screen would start acting up. But it will work fine on all of your guys' consoles. Just don't break your HDMI cable like I did. But yeah, that's one of the mods right there. We have a business mod, essentially. It's just a little hiccup right here. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Not sure exactly why it's lagging right now. Yeah, this is what we get for getting a PC, right? But yeah, not sure if there's a problem with my drive right now. Hopefully the game will stomp it out. Usually doesn't have this issue with lagging, but let's give Nico some food so he can stop screaming at people. There's that. I'm assuming maybe the game just had a cold start. That's entirely possible too. And Nico does need to go to sleep because he's very angry. But we've also added many new things that I will show you. Hyper-realistic driving, realistic weight, the beta, aka the upgraded version of the Euphoria engine that was originally created for Grand Theft Auto 4. essentially just a better ragdoll mod, but much better. You can wear a seatbelt now. The police, this is my favorite, traffic laws. Police write tickets. People actually lock their doors because, of course, we're in, New York. So people will lock their doors. You can become an assassin and do pay for hire missions on the side whenever you want now. Much more interactability within almost everything in the city. And since Grand Theft Auto 4 had so much interactability, like it's almost endless with the things you can do. As you can see, this man over here is hiding. I don't know. I think there was a shootout. There's a lot more diversity in people's actions, so people might be a little more angry here and there. But it just makes the world seem so much more alive because these cars can now get pulled over as well by police and either written tickets or they can go to jail. And that's another mod that has been added. There's jail. There is, if you get caught by the police and you really get caught without getting killed, or if you get killed while having stars on you, you can be put inside of prison. So, and it's indicated right there by the little flash. So right there, that just means he's watching me. And we'll see if we can see any more instances of the mods here. Big one, obviously. This was really big, very large, gigabyte size, was this car pack right here. So you'll notice every single car is actually a real car. You got Beamer right there. I think that's another Beamer. And then I think that's a Volkswagen. So yeah, every car is real. Chrysler, yeah. And then, yeah, just a lot of updated textures as well. Really trying to bring the city to life. But the reason why I feel like, I guess we'll just get down to the nitty gritty, talk about the stuff that Rockstar doesn't want me to mention. Grand Theft Auto has been under attack for a while. I think many people who play kind of already know that. Back in the day, GTA San Andreas and the modding community was so vibrant. It still is to this day. The issue is that that was the last time I feel like we as the gamers have really ever seen Rockstar in their prime. And I think 4 could be considered their prime as well, but it was really the downfall. Because once they went with a new game engine, and they started moving away from that sort of cel-shaded looking type of deal, then they almost left behind a lot of mechanics, right? Like some of your favorite things from GTA 4, having weight, being able to get fat, all that stuff that they later added back to Red Dead 2. Those things people loved, and they saw that, and they didn't care. And sometimes, companies, especially technology, in their strategies and all that stuff, systems analysis and all that stuff, they have to create that structure, right? So that they can finish a project very quickly. There's the long term and the short term, to make it simple. And ever since these companies have been taking the short term, we've noticed an uptick in graphics and a major downtick in mechanics in game. I mean, you could see it anywhere. Like the walking animations, just Nico walking right now. Everybody walking. The things they're doing. This game is already ahead in terms of visual. The graphics wise or texture wise, no, it's not ahead. But it doesn't seem to be a very hideous game, especially for 2008. But somewhere along the lines, when games started to look better around 2010 and 2011 and all that. And we had the Far Cry 2, and that was really a game changer. And, Grand Theft Auto 4, people kept wanting more. They were like, it's not good enough. Like that, screen tearing in the background. Oh, it's not good enough. And it's not necessarily gamers' fault, but companies realized we could use less processing power. Or, well, that was in the beginning, but we could put less processing power on the mechanics of the game and then switch to graphics. And in the beginning, it worked because they didn't inherently change the game mechanics too much. Like, for example, Assassin's Creed 3 had many features in it, and Assassin's Creed 4 did as well. But you'll notice between every Assassin's Creed, they're always removing something. There's never an Assassin's Creed game that's consistent anymore. And uh, as you can see, because of that, the fans have turned against them. So I think right now, everybody's kind of they're feeling the early stages of that with GTA 6. And especially because we have GTA 6 right here. Being able to greet and talk to people and antagonize and all that stuff. And having gasoline in the game to make it more realistic. Realistic physics, all that stuff. I mean, sure, GTA 6 is going to have bottles with bubbles on them. That's cool. I mean, I get it. People want in depth, but you see, that's exactly where we're starting to get into that graphical versus mechanical. They seem to have a new reputation system that they're working on. Oh, like, here we go. I can give him some money. Let me be nice to him. Yeah. But it's understandable that they want to dive into graphics more. I'm hungry. But I feel like they could have done that. They could have done all those mechanics without the graphics. They could have done it a while ago. And people want to say, oh, they were waiting for the money to reach a certain level, or they were waiting for the hype to reach a certain level. I don't necessarily believe that, and I don't believe that they couldn't do it. A lot of people always say, like, especially in these comments online, they didn't have the technology back then. They absolutely did. They did. The Witcher 3 came out in 2015. And that game is a technical marvel, if we're going to be completely honest, which also is heavily supported by mods, too. Not even the mods that make it a better game, it's just a technical marvel in its own with the interactability and graphically very pretty. Maybe not realistic like GTA, but it is very beautiful to the eye. So I think somewhere along the way, especially since people know about all this stuff going on, I'll just go there with the GTA and the news and stuff. Somewhere along the way, and of course, their other Dan Houser getting fired, I believe, and all the leaks. I mean, you could name it. There's just stuff. There's drama on top of drama. But the biggest thing that really shows, or the biggest piece of news that shows what Rockstar's feeling on the inside, is how they feel about these mods and about hyper-realism. They patent almost every single mechanic that other games come out with that could be beneficial to their hyper-realistic empire, right? Yet it's so obvious that they don't want anyone else to be like them. And yeah, you could say it's because of the money, but it's destroying gaming. And yes, I will say I try not to be mean, but people are a little slow nowadays. I see it all the time. It may be dead internet theory, but I see it in these comments all day long. These people talking about hyper-realism in games is dead. Nobody wants a realistic survival game. Stop putting survival mechanics in a game. This is bogus. You should you should do this, you should do that. We don't need survival mechanics in the game. Instead, we should just have a game that is a simple Fortnite shooter or first person this and that, or I'm so sick and tired of, or make the game linear. I mean, I don't know if some of these comments are AI, or if people really just don't like open world survival anymore. Um, and I necessarily don't believe that. Um, for example, Avatar. Uh, People didn't like Avatar, and I definitely have my opinions about it. But the things I did love about the Avatar game was the food mechanics. And I know many people did not like the food mechanics in that game. Some people said they were too bare bones, and I can understand that. That's definitely a reasonable complaint. But some people, most people in these comments are like, "Hey, I just don't want to eat food in the game to make it more realistic. A game where you live as a native Navi in the middle of the forest or the rainforest, and you have to hunt for food to survive. Why would I want to hunt for food to survive? That makes the game boring. Then why did you buy the game? Why'd you buy GTA if you didn't want it to be realistic? If you wanted it to be like GTA 3? It's Why'd you buy Far Cry 6 if you wanted to play a jetpack simulator? Right? Why do people get any of these games? They get them because of the realism, because of the immersion. People don't want to buy The Witcher because it has magic in it. They buy The Witcher because it makes you feel like you're using those powers. They buy Cyberpunk because you feel immersed in the game, not just graphically, mechanically, the things you can interact with. Survival, your character, how they feel. People want it to be more real. And there's this weird, very strange push against that. I will never be able to understand. It seems like we're going in circles, and it's hard to really uh, get a grasp on why people hate this realism so much. And I think you can really see that in the downgrade to GTA 5, even. It's just the movements, the little inflections, the way people go about themselves versus in Grand Theft Auto 5. 5 is a very intense and real game as well, but especially when it comes to interactability, it fails in many ways compared to 4. And that's really where we're going to segue to the next video, which is going to be about the Euphoria engine. Um, so, but to end this one, I guess I'll just show you a few things that this game can do. So, let's see, did they lock their door? And they did. Yeah, here we go. I'll show you the mod for the gun sounds. And since no cops are around, guess what? They ain't gonna come. People can call the cops on you. There are witnesses now, so if there's a witness around, usually they might call the cops. It depends. You can see the map is blinking because I'm going too fast. Oh. And I should probably put on a seatbelt. So let's do that. There we go. will say there are certain things I like about my Grand Theft Auto 5 mod more. I do have to fix it because I accidentally downloaded PEV, which is a police mod for, well, I shouldn't say accidentally. Downloaded it thinking it would work, and I used the OIB, so, which is just an open 4 package. And with that, I broke one of the greatest Grand Theft Auto games I've ever modded. But that game had some serious hyper-realism going. I had all sorts of mods, police mods. I added shaving to the game. I added getting fat, growing a beard, all that stuff. Greeting and antagonizing, robberies, uh, which most of those things are in here too. The only thing that's really not in this one is shaving, but you can greet and antagonize. You can do petty theft and robberies. Um, there are some missions where if you want, you can work for Burger Shot. You can work for basically any job in the game. You can work at now, like a normal person if you wanted to. Um, and some of them will or will not increase Nico's mood as well. So I think I'll just end this video with a bang. Let's see if I can do that. The G-Wagon's pretty strong though. Alright, I'm looking for a wall. It's never too old. Do some classic. Yeah, there we go. And a new death animation as well. I might add in the black screen at some point, but I would like that death animation. But I feel like this one makes it a little more, it just keeps the game more like itself. But yeah, the goal is really just to make sure these games feel like you're in a real world and feel like the world is truly reacting to you. So I think that people should stop hating on survival so much, and start looking at the mechanics of the games, especially the ones that have been lost to time or to patents by Rockstar. We're looking at Mafia 2 on that one. So, but with that, I will leave you guys to it, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a comment, like, and subscribe. And I would very much appreciate your support for the next video, which is going to be on the Euphoria engine. And with that one, I might either play this or my hyper-realistic San Andreas, which I'm definitely going to show you guys. That might be my favorite one. Either that or my GTA 5.9, which is kind of my running joke. So, but yeah, we're gonna have a lot of videos planned in the future. It's very exciting. I've been meaning to do this for a while. Just never thought many people were interested in GTA mods, considering all those comments I told you about. But I think it's really just people need to see. They need to see what kind of stuff that they can really mess around with. So, but with that, I'll leave you guys to it. Thank you.